So I'm really excited to share tonight with how to share plexus. So that is like the age-old question, right? And I remember when I would hear people say, well, how do I share plexus? I personally, as a new plexus ambassador, as a brand ambassador, as a silver ambassador, gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby, emerald, sapphire, and also diamond, would always feel like I don't know how to answer that question. Like, to really break it down felt like I was speaking a different language and I didn't know how to explain it. So now I know all of y'all are way smarter than me and you're probably going to catch on real fast and be like, what's your problem, girl? But this really helped me really understand how to share plexus. And I want to tell you where I've got my notes from, because I always want you guys to know everything I say and do is duplicatable. Everything. It's never just like, I have this amazing idea and come to you guys. I'm like, I have this amazing idea. I get inspired to do things, but I read a lot of books and I listen to a lot of podcasts and I research because I want to be a master at my craft. I want to impact more people and really reach more people. And so I'm always looking for ways to do that. So all of this information came from other people, other people's amazing brain power and books, and from experience that I've actually experienced myself. So I'm going to go ahead and share. Okay, so how do I share plexus? I love how Cheryl's literally smiling the entire time. It makes my heart so happy. Cheryl and Danielle are in my viewpoint, and they're literally like this, smiling the entire time. I'm so happy about this. Okay. It's also my birthday, so I'm feeling really happy. All right. So what do I say when they ask, well, what is plexus? Right? If you've ever thought this, drop a 1 in the comments. Like, what do I actually say? It's easy to be like, oh, just say the normal things, but it can be intimidating. What do I say when they ask me, what is plexus? Are you ready? Simple formula. It's a simple formula, my friends. I love to keep it. This is my opinion, and also through my research of what I found, is you keep it short, like a 2-sentence short thing. Like, oh girl, plexus is all about gut health and finding your best self. Clean supplements that change lives. Okay. You keep it really short when you're talking about what is plexus. When I first joined, I remember doing an exercise with somebody that basically said, come up with a 10-second elevator speech. What would you say in an elevator ride of what is plexus? It's that elevator speech. And so mine was always something that was similar to this. I used to say, I feel better than I did in high school. And that's really all I would say. It's a gut health company, and I just feel better than I did in high school. Because what you're trying to do here, you're not trying to convince, my friends. This is not your time to be like, I'm going to give you every bit of information and tell you every bit about plexus that I can right here and right now. What I'm wanting to do is get to know you. I'm wanting to get to know your health goals. And this is something that Bree Coolidge really actually taught me, was she would like, what are your health goals? What are your health goals? Because when you start asking questions and asking them about them, that's when you shift it. So the formula is really simple. I have the best news on the planet. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to have all the brilliant things to say about what plexus is. We're going to ask questions, okay? So simple formula. Come up with 2 sentences that feel so comfortable for you. Plexus is all about it's all about gut health and finding your best self. It's clean supplements that change lives. It could be, oh my goodness, plexus literally gave me my life back. I've never felt better and I have no more allergies. And you stop, okay? Then we're gonna get to the next part. Everyone tracking with me? We got a lot to cover. Okay. Thank you, Danielle and Cheryl and Bree. You all 3 are in my thing. Okay, so ask them, what are your health goals? Question number 1, Bree Coolidge, I feel like came up with this. I'm telling you, I utilize other people's brains to be able to figure these out. What are your health goals? And you listen to what they have to say. And Diamond Ambassador Cheryl Muller is amazing at this when she really gets to the root cause of what's actually causing the health issues that someone is struggling with. She asks a lot of questions. Tell me more about that. Like, what's going on with your health? Like, let's really talk about it, because I don't want to just tell you something that literally means nothing to you. I want plexus to be the right fit for you. And that's always our heart. We want to have the right fit. Now, we also know that our products cover people from ages 2 all the way to 99 and or older. And we want them to really feel like these products are specific for them, because no one has ever asked me, well, what has Plexus done for you? No one's ever asked me that. They want to know what Plexus can do for them. They want to know what Plexus can do for them. And so a lot of times we feel this need to have this big story to share. Like, oh, I have to have this huge story to share Plexus and really feel like I have all the answers and I'm the expert on it. But the truth is, all they want to know is, Sally wants to know how it helps her. She wants to know, how is it going to make me feel better? Danielle wants to know, how is this going to improve my health and my life? So ask them, what are your health goals? It's really simple, right? Listen more than you talk. That's how we serve and connect. Okay, so I kind of already covered that. I love this too. Thank them. Okay, really and truly, thank them for sharing that information with you. This is really basic stuff, but it's so impactful when you can really break it down and understand. When I broke down exactly how I talk to someone and walk someone through, I'll say, well, what are your health goals? And we'll talk. I'm like, thank you so much for sharing that personal information. Like, that might not have been easy for you, but I just know our products are going to be a good fit for you. And you can share from there, maybe a little bit of your knowledge from that point about that, but thanking them for being vulnerable with you, because it's not easy. And we want people to feel safe with us and that we're actually listening to them. Okay. So you've thanked them. They've told you their health goals, all the things. And you're like, listen, here's a link to the quiz on our website. It's going to recommend to you the products that will suit you best. This is a huge part, I feel like, that Plexus has come up with, that you guys provides third-party validation without having a third party, without having that person there. So how do I get my quiz link? Okay. I've had this question a million times. I want you to go to your website and I want you to go through it like you're signing up. And when you get to the quiz at the browser, you copy and paste that. That is your quiz link. You send that to folks. So it's already linked to your website. It's a quiz link. And you say, here's a link to the quiz. Just go through it and screenshot me the result you get. So now I'm getting third-party validation, but I'm also conversing with them and giving them, like, communicating with them and giving them something outside of just me telling them it's great. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what I was recommended. So that's a powerful tool to use, just using our own website. Make it about them. Okay. So that's always what we're going back to, is every time you think, what do I say about Plexus? I want you to know, I want to make it about them. I want to make it about them. And the biggest thing I want you to take away from tonight is that this is very simple. This is very, very simple. I also want you to take away tonight that the absolute best way to create business builders from this conversation is bringing the business in at this point. Do not wait. Do not assume they don't want the business. Make it about them. Find out their pain points. So before you are even talking to them, I want you to have down 1 to 2 actual pain points that they're struggling with. They have a child going to college soon. She's just had a baby. She's going on maternity leave. She loves fancy shoes. She has expensive taste. He likes vacations. They want to retire early. Having something to say. And also, I want to throw in here, because it's about them, I want you to know, I know you love vacationing. This might be a really good gig for you. I would love to talk to you more about that. Would call with me. Everything is directed to the next level of getting on a call. When you message back and forth, it will take forever. It can take forever to really get through to those objections of why they might feel like, oh, I don't want to, or oh, I'm scared. And we take it as a no and we shut down. So I like to make it about them. I like to find their pain point. I want to target it immediately. I want to say, this could really help you with that college fund. This could really help you with your shoe fund. This could really help you as a single mama to make extra money. Whatever it is, I want to target it immediately and say, we should talk about it. That's all I'm going to say. Let's book a call. Okay. So I really wanted to talk about let's chat objections. I'm not really good at following this PowerPoint, am I? I'm just kind of PowerPoint. I just feel like I'm just telling you the titles. But for the objections that you're going to hear, the objections that you're absolutely going to hear, these are not going to be surprise objections. They're not going to be, and when you're doing this, the more you do it, the more you're like, oh yeah, that's just a normal objection. That's a normal question. My first tip, Cheryl's going to laugh at this. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. It's not about you. It's their fears and their stuff going on. But let's say they say like, oh, well, how much is it? I can't afford it. My immediate thought now is like, yes, they're interested. Now I only have to get them over the objection of price. No big deal, because I've got solutions. So ask yourself, when someone comes to you with an objection, do you feel scared? Do you feel like shut down? Do you want to quit? I'm about to equip you with a tool that I learned from Amber Miller, Tamara Holloway, Jessica Heffley, Sonia Dudley, all the videos of the OGs when I would watch them. And it was the feel, felt, found method. Okay. I still use that to this day. I don't try to make it this big thing. I just still do it to this day. Oh my goodness, Bree, I feel the same way. I remember feeling like I was just like, I couldn't afford it. I felt the same way, right? So I feel you, girl. I understand what you're saying. I felt the same way as you did. I remember wondering, can I afford this? But what I found is that I would remortgage my house to feel this good. And then I ended up sharing the products. And I'm not only able to cover my products, I'm also able to cover my mortgage. The feel, felt, found method works. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time on that tonight, but I want you to go ahead and research that. If that's something that you struggle with, I don't know how to do objections. It works for every single objection. You validate what they're saying because what they're saying matters. You have felt a similar way, but what you found is that this is actually more impactful. So that is how you get over objections. And it's so funny because I will hear the strangest objections. Sometimes I'm like, okay, well, never heard that one before. But typically I'm going to hear the same one over and over again. And feel, felt, found has never failed me. Come on, I'm talking to somebody. It has never failed me. Because people want to feel validated and they want a solution. You have to remember, people want a solution. They don't know what they're looking for. So we want to help them with that. Okay. So how do I share Plexus with resources? This is something that I also did when I was writing down notes of what did I do when I was sharing Plexus. I copy and pasted my favorite videos. I've told you 1,000 times, if I've told you once, that my favorite way to share Plexus is through videos. It became my second language. It's third-party validation. It took the pressure off of me. It takes the pressure off of your new person. You may be a great speaker. You may be someone who can be like, and Plexus with the microbiome XOS of Exiliaris, like you may be really good at that. But maybe you're someone like me who just gets really awkward and wants to hang up the phone when someone goes, what's Plexus? And I'm like, and I just hang up because I don't know the answer. And then I have to call back and apologize. Super weird, right? So maybe you're like me and that feels awkward for you. You're not alone and you're going to be okay. I promise. This is my tip for you. This is the only part that's coming from me is copy and paste videos, my friends. Use them as your second language. Don't be afraid of it. It's okay. And even make your own. So when I was feeling really confident in something, I would make a triplex video and then I would send that. So it was still me doing it, but I was able to do it kind of under my own terms and feeling really confident. Confidence sells Plexus. Your confidence and your passion is what's going to sell Plexus. It is not about how much you know or all the things that you spout off. It's about how you say, it's about what you're saying. It's about your passion, your excitement in it. So copy and paste your favorite videos. I still to this day, for 7 years, on May 7th, I've been with Plexus for 7 years, which is so awesome. I love it. All the sevens, 777. And I still have my list of Plexus videos I love on this note in my phone. So copy and paste it and use those when people say, well, what are the products? And you're like, easy peasy. Here's a video you can watch real quick. The more you learn, the more confident you will be. Don't be afraid to learn more about the products so you have something to share. And of course, go to your Jules team pages. All the guides that we have are a great resource. This is something I'm really passionate about lately, so I may get a little preachy on the follow-up, but here we go. Follow-up. I did a call this morning called, Do You Want to Make a Fortune with Plexus? If you want to make a fortune with Plexus, learn to follow up. I have a super simple philosophy, and it's this. I follow up as many times as necessary until I get a response, until I get a no, until I get a hard no. I'm always reaching out, and I'm going to tell you why. It's not because I have thick skin. I'm very sensitive. It's not because I'm just a great people person, because I'm super awkward. But here's what it is that Jennifer Leith reached out to me for 18 months and sent me no less than 10 messages. No less than 10, at least 10 messages. She then proceeded to purchase a cow for me. She then proceeded to buy coffee from me for my cement mixer that we created into a coffee roaster. Sister girl showed up. Sister was like, you can do this. I see potential in you. And not one time did I say, stop reaching out to me. I don't like this. Stop it. I would just be like, you're so funny. You're so cute. You know, I would say things like that. I would just kind of respond like, or I wouldn't respond at all. But I never told her no. So she kept reaching out. And what I learned from that was that she had her eyes set on me. And it was like, until I told her no, she was going to reach out. Because now I understand it takes 8 to 12 exposures for most people to jump on board. But the other part of what Jennifer was doing is she was not prospecting me for a product user. She was not prospecting me for product user. She was absolutely coming for me to do the business. She's like, you're working so hard doing coffee and selling cows. Why you should do this and make way more money. And I'm like, okay. And I remember telling my late husband, I was like, she loves me. Like, she thinks I'm awesome. She thinks I'll be good at her business. I remember feeling so like pumped that she loved me, but I had no interest in what she was doing because I had no idea what it was. I have no idea what it was. So how many on here, and I'm just so curious, like for people who've been in Plexus for a while, how many people on here even really understood what it was when you signed up? Like, you don't know. So here I am just being like, she thinks I'm awesome. And so what she was doing was planting seeds for me long before I actually joined her team. But I posted a grateful thing on our team page on Mother's Day, and I put on there, just thank you for never giving up on me, to Jennifer, because goodness, what would have happened had she just stopped reaching out to me? And listen, she was not prospecting me in the least bit on the products. Like, there was nothing about the products. It was all just, you would be amazing at this. You could earn life-changing income. She prospected me for the business and she didn't give up. So the follow-up system is simple. Follow up as many times as necessary until you get the response that I should have put that you want, because that's how I feel about it. Even if they're telling you no, it's like, until you get the response that you want, you keep following up, you keep sharing, because people recognize it. And then it was hilarious because after that, I'm like, you're a superstar, Jennifer, and I don't know how I ever turned you down. Right? So it's hilarious. Okay. Come on, this is a good slide. Take a screenshot. How to follow up like a pro. Following up is more art than science. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And nothing can replace building strong follow-up habits. So when I say, how do you share Plexus? When I was thinking about that title, follow-up kept coming up to me because I kept thinking that is a massive part of our business. And I think that we love to share it on the uptake. We like to share it for one time, and then we just don't ever follow up. But this is truly where the fortune is. This is where the business is made. This is where you find your runners. And I really want to take just a second to clear up what a runner is. Because if you've never had a runner, you might not know this. But a runner is somebody who you couldn't stop if you wanted to. A runner is somebody who's like, I'm going to Diamond whether you're here or not. See you later. You have to call up your runner and say, hey, are you going to work today? Like, hey, we should do this. Like, come on, come on. Is truly somebody who you couldn't stop if you tried. So until you person, your follow-up is your primary focus. To give you a starting point, here's what I think about following up. I love reading from this thing. It makes me so awkward, doesn't it? Okay, number one, I want to impress them with keeping on top of it. You're not annoying them one time a month. Hey, here I am. I'm your friendly Plexus girl. My thought about you is I want to tell you every good thing good quality you have that you could be successful in Plexus. I'm going to follow up with you at least once a month. At least once a month. You're not annoying. You're on top of it and you're being professional. The second thing of following up like a pro is to keep it short. This is not about being a lengthy, long thing, but you keep it short. You provide value. You shorten up a cute testimony and you send it to them. You send them a Diamond documentary, something like that. I could see you doing this. This person reminded me of you. This is my favorite. Make a clear call. Make a clear ask for a call. Get on the phone with the person. And never assume. They're probably busy and just haven't had a chance. Don't give up on them. Don't give up on your Alita. She's out there and she's telling her husband that she feels so like awesome because someone's messaging her about you and you want her for your business, but you have no idea what it is. So you're just like, no, thanks. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying yes to, so I'm not going to say yes. So don't give up on people. Okay. And I was going to have Amber Rosny, because what I want you guys to know as well, under follow-up, is also that I believe firmly that being you is the most important aspect of this business to really connecting to people. So how I follow up and how I talk to people may not be how Amber Rosny talks to people or how Brie Cheryl or Danielle. It's going to be different. And so I asked a couple of girls tonight to just quickly share how they share Plexus, how they follow up, and how they've recruited business builders. So I've got Sapphire Ambassador Amber Rosny about to share. She has recruited 2 level 1 emeralds. She's a 2-star Sapphire. And I thought, that's impressive, right? Don't you guys want to hear from someone who's recruited 2 emeralds and obviously knows what she's doing? So I would love, and also she's more introverted and not awkward like me. So I was like, she needs to share all of the things. So Amber, take it away, sis.
Okay, thanks, Alita. So when I was first starting out with Plexus, I made a list of 100 people that I wanted either just on my team so that they could improve their health with the products, or I knew that they needed the business for their family's finances. You know, people post things on Facebook. That's another great way to find leads. but I made a list, my initial list of 100, and one of my emeralds was on that list. I remembered back when we were teenagers, she was having thyroid problems, so I approached her about the products. And then later I asked her if she was interested in the business, kind of threw everything at her, and she ran with it. So you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So that's always something to keep in the back of your mind as you're nervous and you're starting. But make your list and definitely keep following up with your list. It's not always the right time for people. They have to be in the right frame of mind to start a new system, to start a new routine, a new habit. It's kind of intimidating for some people that have never taken supplements before. So just make sure you make your list so that you can follow up later. And you also want to keep that relationship going. So the people that are on your follow-up list, you want to be messaging all of those mothers, Happy Mother's Day, and any kind of health info that would relate to their thyroid problem that maybe doesn't even involve plexus. Like you saw a health article on, something that some way they can change their diet or whatever. You can add value by sharing that recipe or that article or whatever you see them posting about, like add value in non-plexus ways too, and just keep building that relationship until they're ready to say yes. So fortune is in the follow-up. That is my biggest advice to you. How many times have you been invited to a Pampered Chef party or an Usborne book party, and then they forgot about you? No one followed up with you. You never bought anything. I think the stat is like 80% of people in network marketing never even follow up. They send that one message. You say you don't think you're interested in going to their event or whatever, and they never follow up. So fortune is in the follow-up. Make your list and keep following up with those people. Thanks, Alita.
Gold, sister. Okay. Does anybody, while we're doing this, I would love any questions you have for anybody or for me or for any diamond. We'll just kind of do a jewel panel at the end, a surprise one that Bree, Cheryl, and Amber and Danielle we're not probably expecting, but we're going to do it because I feel like we're here to coach you guys. We're here to take you to the place. And sometimes people's journey, everyone's journey is different. We have different things to share that might be different for personalities. So Amber, that was huge because I remember when you were gold and you're like, I'm just kind of hanging here at gold. Like I really want to get to the next level. I'm not sure. And you had that list and you were so faithful and you were so consistent to sharing. And then you end up recruiting 2 level 1 emeralds and just absolutely incredible. So thank you so much for sharing. And then I asked Fast Start, Senior Ruby, like who does that? Miss Danielle Varnell to share a little bit on, am I live still? Am I good? Okay, good. I asked her to share a little bit on how she shares plexus because she has been growing so fast. I was so curious, like tell us what you're doing to share plexus, what you say, that kind of stuff. So Miss Danielle, go ahead, sister.
Hello, everyone. So I think that mine is a little bit different maybe than what looks normal for other people because of my rare health conditions that I had when I was joining. And that's the main reason I joined. And then day 5, even starting out slow on triplex, all my symptoms were gone. And so in my mindset, at the time, and actually I had told Alita and Latoya, I'm not selling this. Do not ask me. I'm not adding 3 people under me. Just, go on. I'm not interested.
Oh,
so,
go on.
Yeah, just go on with yourself. And so I think for me, I viewed it as if Latoya wouldn't have reached out to me, then unless the Lord completely healed me, I would still be stuck in the same situation that I was since 2007. And so a lot of times when I'm doubting myself about reaching out to a certain person, if I'm intimidated or whatever, that's what pushes me forward is what if they are a Danielle? What if they've got something that is just, life threatening and it completely changes their life forever? So that's what helps me to move forward. And then, okay. And then as far as me reaching out to just some regular person, I've always been a little weird before Plexus. I was like, oh Lord, here's so and so again selling pampered chef or selling whatever on Facebook. And I have literally blocked some people because it just fills up your feed. And I'm like, this is a little, I want to see, about people's life and not what they're selling and that kind of stuff. And I'm different than Alita. Like if people message me hundreds of times, it annoys me. I'm like, cancel or, whatever I have to do. I'm not over there saying, oh, that's so sweet, they're thinking about me. I'm thinking, no, how do I get away from this person? This is creepy. So so the way I look at it is it's just like with anything else. And really I didn't realize it until I got into Plexus, where I wanted to share them, where I wanted to get into at as many people's hands as I could because of what it has done for me. Yes, the money is great and all the great stuff that comes along with it. But I look at it as it's the same thing as referring a good vacation spot or a great makeup. And we do that every day without even thinking about it. So I don't even know why Plexus is any different. I mean, we in the salon, in our daily life, we're like, oh, I wouldn't eat that, or I wouldn't go there. This has been horrible. Well, it's the same thing. And then I also did just like she was listing before, I did my 100 people and I put stars beside them. If I thought that they would be a runner, or if I thought that they had whatever health issue, I would fill in the blank and I would send them, articles on it as well. I did that about a month in. So I think that we just took off running really fast, and really only thing that we were doing is selling triplex. We did that for 3 months. We didn't even give them a choice. When they were signing up, was like, you're getting triplex and that's all. I've changed that now because a lot of people, if they don't see results immediately on triplex, they kind of get, a little frustrated. And so I have changed now. I ask them, how soon do you want to see results? And if they want to see results in a week or two, then I start them out on something else that they're going to see results. Because I don't know who it was. Somebody had said at Leaders Retreat, or one of the things, give them what they want and then show them what they need. And so that was eye-opening for me. Not everybody is going to see amazing results like I have with triplex in 5 days. It's going to take 2 or 3 months, so give them what they want and then show them what they need. And that has been very helpful for me. Thank you.
Well, okay then, sister. I mean, just brought it. Yes. How soon do you want to see results? That is massive. What a great question to ask, is like, how quickly do you want, because you're managing their expectations by asking them. They're like, okay, well, I want 60 days. You're like, okay, then I've got triplex for you. If you want quicker results, you may need Slim Active Ease or whatever. That's huge. That is huge. Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Hey, Alita,
Yes.
someone named Jessica asked a question. You know what? I just shared this on a book study that I did, and it's like the classic answer back. So I'm ready to share. So she asked.
Wait a second. Let me really be professional, Cheryl. I would like to now introduce your panel, your jewel panel. We've got Brianne Coolidge, Diamond Ambassador; Cheryl Muller, Diamond Ambassador; Amber Rossi, Sapphire Ambassador. We got Danielle Varnell, see you, Ruby. I think Lisa Youngs is on here, Emerald Ambassador. So we're now your jewel panel. Hit it, Cheryl.
Okay, so Jessica says that people talk about, I'd love to, but I can't afford it. Okay, so this was like the perfect chat I had. Okay, you ready? It was somebody that I just said, hey, thanks for following me on Instagram. And then she came back with, well, I like following you and I want Plexus in my life so bad. It's the financial commitment that is holding me back. Okay, I had just been reading the book, Get Over Your Damn Self. You ready for this? I'm glad that you like following me. I like to make life fun because this person was fun. Don't let the financial commitment hold you back. That's actually the point of joining me on this journey. And you already have a great mindset and joy for life. This opportunity is exactly how you solve the not enough money at the end of your month. Maybe this would be a good fit for you and maybe not. But if you just want to explore what that would be like, I'd love to chat. It's just a conversation, not a commitment. Boom.
Okay, everyone just mic drop. We just mic drop. That was awesome. It's just a conversation. It's not a commitment. Doesn't everyone just get scared at asking for a phone call? Because we're like, what do I say on the phone call? The phone call, you guys, is simple. The phone call looks like, oh my goodness, Bree, I just saw, like, I want to catch up with you for 10 minutes, whatever. And then I wanted to bring an opportunity for you. I want you to hear about this. You know, are you open to earning more money? Yes, I'm open to earning more money. Are you open to maybe going on a couple trips a year and maybe earning a Lexus? Yeah, I'm open to that. First, what's my first step? Your first step is to get 3 people. We always want to overcomplicate it. We think people want to know all the information. If Jennifer would have sat me down and tried to go over the compensation plan, which we're both similar in this way, I would have been like, I don't know what you're saying to me. And she'd been like, I don't know what I'm saying to you. So it would have been a mess. But she said something on a 3-way call we just did last week together. She told my potential girl, she said, listen, I want you to work the compensation plan, not worry about it. So you take one step at a time. You're going to do your 3 people, and then we're going to tell you your next step. We're not going to focus on studying it or telling you all about it because honestly, right now, it just doesn't matter. We want you to get money in your pocket. That's the bottom line. So it's all about just having brief conversation, but listening a lot more than we're talking. Does anybody have a conversation? A question.
Can I add to this real quick? Because I love that.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to a belief issue.
I'm an ambassador, Bree Coolidge.
Dun, 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 dun. So it comes down to a belief issue, right? Every single thing. If somebody does not think that the money is worth it, they don't have a belief in themselves, they don't have a belief in the products, or they don't have a belief in the industry, right? If somebody comes to you and they're like, oh yeah, I don't think I can share until I have my own success. Well, it's a belief that either they're not going to stay consistent or they don't believe in the products enough yet. And then you get to troubleshoot that, right? Like, yeah, while you take the products, here's a couple of testimonies. Who do you know that fits into these? You can do this together. If somebody comes to you and they're like, yeah, nobody's going to join me on this. Okay, well, that's a belief issue in themselves, right? Now you know how to tackle that. If somebody comes back with another objection that they don't want to be that girl, okay, well, then that's a belief in network marketing, right? In the industry as a whole. Now you can come back and you can be like, listen, I love being that girl because I was that person. I didn't want to be that girl. And yeah, I do want to be that girl that's changed thousands of lives and is creating a legacy for my family, right? I'll be that girl every single day and I get to help you be that girl. So when somebody comes at you with an objection, it's not personal. It is not about you. It's that they don't have a belief yet, and you get to change that for them. But guess what, y'all? I was a teacher. You teach somebody that 2 times 3 is 8. It is going to take you so long to unteach that. People have had years and years and years of no network marketing. This is not what you want to do. You need a reputable career, right? Like the list goes on and on. But yet we think we're going to get into one conversation and change everything for everybody. And if it doesn't happen at the drop of a hat, we're like, oh yeah, next person. And that's when that follow-up piece comes in. But it's not just follow-up, it's helping them gain that belief.
1,000,000%. I loved every bit of that. Belief. Who did not love that? So good. Yes. They've already quit before they even started. Yes. Okay, does anybody else have a question or something that they would like to ask about this? This is your chance to ask some Jules a question if you feel unsure. But hopefully this will help you guys to realize the basic thing is, like what Bree covered was having the belief in the products, belief in yourself, doing those things. And like Cheryl said, just basically hitting the questions head on. And what Danielle and Amber shared, like just so much good stuff. Feel free to, I will have this uploaded by tomorrow, to go through and listen and go ahead and type out the responses that you liked, the scripts that you like. But the most important thing is to be you. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Okay? You just can't. It won't happen. So be you and reach out to people, get on a call, ask people for a call. That's what I've been telling my level ones. I'm like, really, all I want you doing right now is reaching out and getting people on a call. You don't have to explain anything. You don't have to do this big whole thing. Just get people on a call, because that's where we can actually talk to people and figure out if this is a good fit for them. And it's okay if it's not, but let's check it out. So I hope tonight was helpful. We went a little longer than normal. I love y'all. Have a great night. Thank you to all of you leaders who popped on and helped. I appreciate you guys so much. Love you. Thanks, everybody.